hii. Sasa tufanye namna gani?
Now, as the recently established Interfaith Council on the National Response to the Coronavirus Pandemic embarks on its work, worshippers are expressing optimism that places of worship will reopen soon. Shadrach Miti with that story.
At Ruyenje's Gospel Church, Embu County, Bishop Samuel Nginyi is joined by a few singers. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Bishop Nginyi and the entire clergy have had to contend with this kind of situation since mid-March, when the government put restrictions on public and social gatherings.
Ombi langu kwa serikali ni ifanye haraka hili kanisa lifunguliwe, watu wapate na nafasi ya kuomba Mungu.
Some places of worship have never opened doors to their congregants for the daily or weekly worship services. But with the recently created Interfaith Council on the National Response to the Coronavirus Pandemic, there is hope among faithful of all faith.
We are trusting God that this commission will come up with good, wonderful regulations on how we can open churches.
My hope and prayer is that out of that the mosques will be opened, which will be a big part of normalcy too.
The 16-member Interfaith Council will be domiciled at the Ministry of Interior. The council will be chaired by Archbishop Anthony Muheria of Nyeri. They will be expected to develop protocols for the first reopening of the place of worship, guidelines towards gradual resumption of in-person congregational worship, protocols for the celebration of weddings and other religious ceremonies in the place of worship, protocols for religious funerals and graveside or crematoria last rites, a program for public sensitization and capacity building for the clergy, and develop a prioritized implementation matrix clearly stating the dates for reopening and the numbers capping applicable.
Tungependa wahakikishe maoni ambayo kwamba wanampatia rais ni maoni ambayo kwamba ni kweli yatoka kwa Wakenya, wasikae chini mahali wakatengeza maoni yao wakampatia rais. Itakuwa ni uzuri kama watampatia rais objective ama maoni ambayo kwamba yako na uwazi na undani wa ndani kabisa.
Many Kenyans remain hopeful that places of worship will reopen soon. However, there are those who feel that the government must also take into account the financial implications of implementing preventive measures meant to fight COVID-19, given that most places of worship have remained closed for long, making it difficult to raise funds.
We have churches in the village. They do not have the capacity to buy what is required to implement the full guidelines.
The mandate of the council will lapse on December 31st, 2020, but may be extended at the discretion of the president.